that'll be among those tools. And I think we've reached the point where those manuals are so good, if you download them and you follow them, they'll work. But you got to follow them. Okay, moving on. Last thing is inclusiveness. And I want to say, I really want to thank the people I talked to, because this moved this in my own mind. I really started thinking much more about who's really members of savings groups. We always say they reach the poor, but they really seldom reach the most vulnerable. And actually, to reach the poor, most of the people we talk to think that you have to make a special effort. And if you say you're reaching the poorest and the most vulnerable, you need to make that effort. Decide who you want to serve, get a strategy, measure who you are actually reaching, and if you are missing your target, analyze what keeps the poorest and most vulnerable from joining groups, develop a strategy to include the poor, and that might involve the choice of your partners. By the way, partners who are already working with the poor are the most likely to include the poor. Put incentives on reaching the poor. Start with a pro-poor message. If you come in and you say, these savings groups will help your small business grow, you've already excluded 2/3 of the village. If you come in and say the savings groups are for everybody, you've included the people. So agree with the local partner on the duration of assistance and on post-project expectations. And, of course, be prepared to sever relations with a non-performing partner as a last resort. Align trainer incentives, both monetary and other ones, to encourage them to form groups with your target population. Choose partners who already work with your target group. Don't just assume that the poor will join eventually. That may not happen automatically. And then in measuring inclusion, compare savings group members to non-members in the same area rather than to national averages. If you work in a rural area,